The name of the book is given here with NCERT book, Physics Part 1 for class 11 and page number 61. The topic is Elements of Calculus. So now we shall discuss these topics. Consult your book also, and according to the book, this figure has been drawn, figure 3.30a. This figure, consult this figure also. Suppose this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and we have a function y is equal to function of x. That means the value of y depends upon x, and this dependence of x and y has given this graph, this color one. This graph has been drawn in accordance with this graph, y is equal to fx. Now, this point is P. The coordinate of the point P is equal to x and y. So, from your previous idea about our mathematical physics, we can say this value of x corresponding to P, this is x, and this value of y corresponding to point P is equal to 1. Okay. So we put here value x, this is x, this point is x, and this point is y. Similarly, we have the y-axis like this. This is the y-axis. And in y-axis, there is another point, that is y plus dy. This point is q. This point is q. And the value of x corresponding to point q, according to your book, that is equal to x plus delta x. So this point is equal to x plus delta x, and the point on the y-axis, this is equal to y plus delta y. So this is x plus delta x. Remember, delta x is equal to increment of x. So this portion, that means from this point to this point, this is equal to delta x. And this is also y plus delta y. Y plus delta y. This point. This one. Okay. And this graph has been drawn in accordance with this rule, y is equal to fx. The exact mathematical function is not given here in your book also. Now the slope of the line joining P and Q. This line, this is the line. This line is joined with this line. We have joined these 2 points, P and Q. Now we have to determine the slope of line joining point P and Q. Okay. So if we want to determine the slope of the line joining P and Q, we have to draw another 2 lines. Those are not given in your book. This line, actually this is the line, and this line. We can say from P to this end. Suppose this is N. P to N, that is in Pn, according to our drawing, Pn is equal to delta x and Qn is equal to delta y, because up to this y plus delta y. So this increment is equal to delta y and this increment is delta x. So the slope is given here according to our previous idea. If this angle is theta, then tan theta is equal to height by base is equal to Qn by Pn is equal to delta y by delta x. And we can write delta y is equal to y plus delta y minus y. This one, y plus delta y minus y, and this is equal to delta x. Now y is equal to x. So y plus delta y is equal to x plus delta x. So this one can be written as slope is equal to, this slope is equal to delta y is equal to x plus delta x minus, in place of y, f of x, function of x, whole divided by x. Now you have to imagine the point Q and point P. Point Q, though those are separated by a considerable distance according to our picture or figure, point Q and point P are closer, very closer to each other. That means point P, when point P and point Q are very closer to each other, that means this point coming from that position, it comes towards the point P, but it does not superpose on the point P. Those 2 points are separate points. P and Q are separate points, but the difference between P and Q is very small. And to draw that picture, we want another page. There is page number 2. So in page number 2, we are drawing the same figure like this. This is the y-axis and this is x-axis. And this is the graph. And this point where P and single point, P and Q, P and Q were separated by a considerable distance. Now Q approaches to P. And when Q approaches to P, that means the distance between Q and P is very small, then we can consider here only one point. And if we want to draw, inspect the value of the slope or determine the slope, then we have to draw a tangent like this. Actually, this graph should be modified. This graph should be modified like this. this is Q point, and this is the point where P and Q approaches each other. So this is the tangent, just touches the point. This is the point. Okay. So this point corresponds to, suppose this point corresponds to X and Y. Previously, this is point P. This is the point X and Y. So at point X, Y, that means at the coordinate X and Y, this is X comma Y. And at point XY, we have drawn the tangent. This is theta. Okay. So when delta X, actually the Q point has been approached towards the point P, and the difference between Q and P were delta X, and now delta X is very small. Delta X, the separation between P and Q, delta X is very small. And in place of this long sentence, this is written as delta X tends to 0, tends to 0, tends to 0. Particularly this notation, delta X tends to 0. Now when delta X tends to 0, tan theta, similarly, tan theta is equal to, tan theta is equal to slope is equal to m. Say, we are giving a new name, m. So am is equal to delta y by delta x in a condition. What is the condition? When delta x tends to 0, and that is written as limit delta x tends to 0, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x, and this can be written as limit in abbreviation LIM, limit delta x tends to 0, delta y means function of x plus delta x minus function of x whole divided by delta x. So this full expression, this expression as a whole gives the slope of the graph at point, slope of the graph y is equal to fx at point x comma y, and that slope is geometrically the tangent drawn at that point. So geometrically, in language of algebra or new science or new mathematics, we have learned it. In language of this particular language, that is called slope of the graph y is equal to f of x or function of x at point x comma y, and in language of geometry, that is known as the tangent tan or tangent drawn at point x comma y of graph y is equal to f of x. So tangent drawn at point x comma y of graph y is equal to fx. And in terms of calculus, this is known as derivative of the function. In terms of calculus, so calculus is a new science, a new mathematics, and the idea is based on your previous idea, geometry, trigonometry, etc. So this idea is new idea to you. This is called calculus, and in terms of new science or new mathematics, calculus, this is called differential coefficient, DI coefficient. Okay. So this has been discussed in page number 61. All the matter I have discussed here has been written in page number. You must go through the page number 61 of the book. I have already written the name of the book in the beginning. So page number 61, you must study only one page for this purpose, and I shall continue this class for some moments. Page number 62. Page number 62. There are some functions given here, different differential coefficients. Suppose suppose y is equal to x square, or y is equal to 3x square. 3 is the coefficient, 2 is the power, or y is equal to 5x to the power 9 plus 3x to the power 5 plus 3. 3 means 3 into x to the power 0. Okay. 3 means 3 into x to the power 0. So there are so many functions. There are so many functions according to the dependence. Now, if y is such a function, or very simple function, y is equal to a is a constant quantity, x is a variable quantity to the power n. Then dy by dx, or m, is equal to slope. Actually, this quantity in previous page, this quantity is known as dy by dx, not delta, dy by dx. This, and in your book that has been given dy by dx, or that is equal to d of fx by dx. All are given in your book. You must consult your book, and this lecture will help you to follow the book, and you must follow the book total from top to bottom. You must read the book. Next, so m is equal to dy by dx for particularly this function is equal to constant remains constant, n comes here, and x to the power n minus 1. That means the power of the main function is diminished by 1 factor 1. If this is n, it is n minus 1, and this n will be multiplied with the existing coefficient. For example, I am giving here, for example, suppose I am given y is equal to 3x square. Find dy by dx. Very easy. According to this formula, dy by dx is equal to 3. This power comes here, and the power of this x will be diminished by only 1, 2 minus 1. That is equal to 3 into 2 is equal to 6 into x to the power. Similarly, if y is equal to 3 by 2 into x to the power 2, then dy by dx is equal to 3 by 2. This power here, x to the power 2 minus 1, that is equal to 3 into x. Okay, so this is 3x. Now, there are so many functions like this. This is a very simple function, y is equal to 3x square, y is equal to 3 by 2x to the power 2 or x square. There are so many functions, and there are trigonometric functions also, exponential functions and logarithmic functions also. You have to go through the book, and in your book all the functions and their corresponding differential coefficients are given. I am discussing here some problems. Okay. So this is the fourth page. Suppose if y is the function of x in such a manner, y is sine x. Y is dependent upon x, but y is sine x. This is called trigonometric function. So when y is equal to sine x, dy by dx is equal to cos x. You may write it d of sine x by dx is equal to cos x. This is a trigonometric function. Similarly, d of, you have to memorize this, cos x by dx is equal to minus sine x. Okay. Similarly, d of log x by dx is equal to 1 by x. All the functions are given in page number 62. Page number 62. Now it is your work. It is your work to memorize all the differential coefficients like dy dx, all the dy dx's, and in next class I shall discuss some problems. If you can memorize all the formulae, you will get the idea of the problems and problem solving methods. At first I shall solve some problems, examples, and then I shall give you some problems to solve. You must solve all the problems, and after solving these problems, you may attend a live class. Thank you for your watching, and you must go through only 2 pages. Only 2 pages up to only one topics up to integral calculus. Integral, it will be discussed later. It is also a good idea, and according to your NCERT book, it will be discussed later in another class. Next class, the following class will be discussed only on problems. Okay, thank you for your watching. And this is the book. This one is the book. You must see this. This book should be studied by the students of class 11. Okay. And this is indispensable for your NEET examination, for JEE main examination, and also it will be helpful for board examination of different boards. Actually, physics is a single unified concept. In different books, it has been discussed in different way, but the book published by NCERT is a very useful book for you, and it is easily available in the market, and also in internet it is easily downloadable from internet, and all of you will be able to collect the book from the market, and the price of the book is also reduced price. Thank you for your watching.